Buyers commonly ask, how does my buyer's agent get paid?
There's several different ways to pay a buyer's agent. Number one, but not the most popular one, is when the buyers pay out of pocket.
Or the buyers can include it in their offer.
Or more commonly, the sellers may actually offer to pay the buyer's agent and include that into their asking price.
Buyers commonly ask, how long from the time I make my offer am I actually going to get to move in?
So from the time of making an offer to closing, it typically takes anywhere from 30 to 60 days.
But this really just depends on how you're purchasing the house. If you're paying with cash, could be as soon as 2 weeks.
Also, it depends on the type of financing that you're using. Again, it could take up to 60 days. And then you could also experience a few bumps in the road as far as appraisal issues, inspection, repair request. It all kind of plays a factor into the closing date of when you can take possession.
But generally, between 30 and 60 days, you're going to be moving in. When we sit down to write a contract with a buyer, one of the more confusing aspects is what's earnest money and how does that work?
A good way to think about earnest money is a good faith deposit from the buyer to the seller.
And earnest money can be as little as $500 or up to 1% of the purchase price, but it is always negotiable.
And this deposit is held in escrow until the end of the transaction.
And then once you make it to closing, that earnest money will be applied to the buyer's purchase price.
Now, if a buyer should cancel for a bona fide reason in the contract, generally it's going to be returned to the buyer.
Now, if you cancel for a reason that's not bona fide in the contract or outlined in the offer that you have presented, you do risk losing that earnest money.
So I've had a buyer ask, can they back out of the offer once the offer's been accepted?
Yeah, because what if they say, I don't like it?
Yes, you can back out of your contract once your offer is accepted. If it's for a bona fide reason outlined in the contract, you will get your earnest money back along with canceling.
So you really want to make sure that you love the house when you put the offer in.
Yes, because if you cancel on a home just for having a simple change of heart, you're definitely going to put your earnest money at risk and potentially other contract issues. When a buyer starts to work with their buyer's agent for the first time, they often wonder, like, what's that first day of shopping look like?
So it typically takes anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to tour a home. So it's possible to see maybe 5 to 8 homes a day.
Oh, okay.
I think it's important to stay around that number 2 in the first day of shopping because once you start looking at that many houses, they all start running together.
And after the first couple of days of viewing homes, if you haven't found one that you liked yet, you'll end up kind of just popping in here and there once homes hit the market to see a few at a time.
But man, that first day of shopping for homes is really fun.
It is. It is so much fun.